Hello and welcome to a new video here on this channel and also to a new series. We're currently on our way, today to Frankfurt, but in the long term to the UK, to England, to spend about a month there and film and photograph as much heritage railways and locomotives as we possibly can. And we've decided to take you with us on this trip as a bit of a vlog series. And yeah, that's all I have to say for now. There will be lots of content over the coming weeks. So yeah, just enjoy it. Leave your feedback in the comments, and as already said, I hope you can enjoy our journey. As already said in the intro, our first day consisted of driving to Frankfurt and taking a short stroll through the city center. We also visited the film museum, which was quite interesting. And that pretty much sums up our visit to Frankfurt. On the next day, we were back on the road and heading for France. Now, obviously, I won't do such a trip alone. I mean, it's a long distance drive and it's also quite a lot of time spent away from home. So, for the first time on this channel, I would like to introduce you all to Florian. He was behind the camera for the last few sort of real-life videos on this channel. So everything from Scotland over England and the Weissentalbahn, he was behind the camera filming it all. And yeah, he's with me on this trip again to film as much as we possibly can for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, hello. As John has always said, I'm Florian. You might have seen me in one or two other videos already, especially in the music video. Probably. And I think we will have a lot of fun here on the channel, in general, just in England.
Yeah.
So let's enjoy what you can see, and yeah.
Yeah. So let's get on. We are now on our way to the ferry.
Yes.
Well, as you can see, we've made it to the ferry. We're now in the port of Calais in France, and yeah, we are expecting our departure in the next few minutes, and then it's off to Great Britain, to Wales, to England, to Scotland. It's going to be an amazing trip. Our first stop, I can say it now, it will be the Heritage Railway Roadtrip 5 at the Heritage Railway. I'm very much looking forward to it ever since they first announced the first event back in 2020. I always wanted to go, and now this year I'm going. So yeah. Enjoy the following footage of the ferry and my first attempts of driving in the UK on the left side of the road. So yeah, enjoy the rest of our trip together with us. As you can see, we're no longer in Germany, where we started this video. We are a bit further north. Pretty much near the city of Melek, I think that's how it's pronounced, pretty far up in Scotland. But we decided that we want to show you the car that we're doing this entire trip in. I'm not sure if I ever said how long this trip would take, around about a month, if I haven't said it. So we are living for a month in this car, and I think it's quite important that you know how we, or I think it would be interesting that you can see how we managed things, how we transported everything, how we organized ourselves. it just locked itself. So let's get started. It's pretty obvious you have to have space in the front for the driver and for one passenger. And as you can see, completely standard except for this device up here. This is an aftermarket version of CarPlay, or I think it's, what's the other thing called for Android? I'm not sure. But that's essentially for navigation and music and everything. So a second screen. On the another screen there are sort of infos to the car, so how much fuel we're consuming and everything. Yeah, and that's basically the driver's seat. It's pretty obvious. You got some drink holder down there. Don't think I have to show you everything that's in the car, but just wanted to say it. And we also got some smaller space. For example, my cab would usually sit just here. Then I can just grab it whenever I'm out of the car. So yeah, that's pretty much the front. There's not a lot here. The main thing, or the main things to show you, is when we get to the back. So behind the driver's seat, we have essentially everything when it comes to technical equipment, filming equipment. If we open this door here, you can see we have got our two backpacks here. Mine's mainly got all the technical equipment like wire cables and everything, and the power bank in there. I think you've also got a power bank in yours. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then a second pair of shoes down there and some first aid kit. Up here we've got the drone. Very nice in a simple suitcase. Very cheap but very effective. So that's everything that's stored here, except down there we have got a power station. So when we are camping and we don't have electric hookup, we have a lot of energy left that we can use to charge the power bank, the drone, the phones and everything. We also have a backup drone in case this one goes wrong. That's down there. Not sure if you can actually see it properly. That's my old drone. And we've also got two jackets here. That's mine, and the other one is over there. We also got a cooling box right here. So if I can just open this up really quickly. As you can see, it is pretty full back here. Yeah, we've got some things like bread, bananas. We've also got some ham, I think, and everything. So just some essential that you could need when you're out camping or for a regular snack or anything. Exactly, and we also have the gimbal up here with the tripod attached here. Actually, quite a funny story that you will. There's a funny story to that. I hope I remember telling you this when we are at the North Yorkshire Moors. That's a small spoiler. We are going there. Something funny happened there with that, but that's for a later video. And I mean, let's get to the back. Up here, because it's just a lot of space for these things. We've got our what's the word? Towels? Ah, yeah, exactly. That's a small brain. Like, we've got our towels here, and also something for doing the dishes and everything. That's essentially just to dry in the sun. Obviously, the sun gets in here, it heats up, and it dries properly, because we normally don't stay for more than one night at one campsite, so it's tough to dry everything if you have showered in the evening. Normally it doesn't get dry overnight, so that's why we need a space to dry everything. Underneath that, we've actually lowered the boot down slightly, so we have more space in here. We've got a guitar. That's your guitar. You're playing guitar. You can play guitar. I can't play any musical instrument. I'm not that smart. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, smart. Yeah, exactly. I will just put that to one side so I can show you a bit more. We've got kind of missing the word again. Whatever. This is something that we use when we are out camping. This goes under our tent essentially, so we don't get any sort of wetness through the ground to the tent, because we'll have to dry that as well. We did that a few times also up here. It went quite well actually. Only problem is you can't see out of the back then, but minor problems. Yeah, for cooking we've got a sort of you know, something for cooking, just a pan and everything, frying pan, some smaller things, a raincoat if we ever have some, or if we ever had some really strong rain, we could use that. Also got some toilet paper here and everything. Then these two bags are essentially just, well, luggage, so t-shirts, shorts, whatever, because you obviously need a lot of clothes for a month. So that's essentially sort of a backup storage system. For the main storage we have these two suitcases here. That's mine, this is yours. And that's sort of the thing that we would usually take to a hotel room, for example. So when we go up into a room in the evening, if we have a booked hotel, we'd only take a suitcase and the backpack, maybe the drone, maybe the gimbal if we need to charge those things. But regularly we would sort of only take the suitcase and the backpack. Exactly, and under this bag we have some, what's the English word? Gas tanks, whatever. So essentially just as for cooking, when we are camping, we need to be able to cook something. We also got something else in the front, but this is just if you want to cook, like, I don't know, sausages. We mainly did sausages with it, or basically only sausages with it.
One-time noodles.
Yeah, no, we did noodles once. Yeah, that's true. That worked really well actually, and I think that's something for your guitar as well, some additional equipment. Yeah. All right, and something else. A bit of foreshadowing. We have got this as well. I'm pretty sure we'll get to that story in not too much time, so stay tuned for that. I'm not going to spoil any more. The guitar, fair point. And we can just as easily close this, put this back, and soft close, awesome. And when we come over here behind the passenger seat, again, as you can see, we need a lot of equipment for camping, because obviously when you're in a hotel room you have everything you need. What we have here is, we've got two regular camping chairs. Those are really nice, we use them on a lot of occasions. Those were a really smart idea to take them. We actually talked about this last autumn at the Gloucestershire Workshop, but if we ever did something like this, we need those things, and we needed them. Then we got some things like sleeping bags. That's one. The second one is down there. Some, is it isomat in English? I'm not sure. The thing you sleep on in the tent. We've got two of those as well. Very simple. You obviously don't want to sleep on the ground, so you need some cushioning as well. I hope that's the correct word, I'm not sure. And down here we have everything for the tent. The tent is really simple. At some point there is going to be sort of a speed build, if you can say it like that, where I put up the tent. It's really easy, it doesn't take a quarter of an hour. It's very simple, so we like that a lot. And then we have got some more cooking supplies, so that would be cutlery, plates. We've got some tea bags in there. We'd usually put like stuff like noodles and everything that we want to cook that doesn't need to be cool in there as well. And there's some additional dirty laundry under that, but I won't show you that because that's sort of unnecessary, pretty self-explanatory. Have we forgot anything? Yeah, we've got everything, yep, all right. This is the car that we used for around a month to travel around the UK. In saying that, I'm taking away that mostly everything went all right. Let's just say that. And yeah, after this short break, back to your regular video.
As you can probably tell, that beeping shouldn't be there. Yeah, it is actually the warning sound or warning light for the coolant level, which apparently was below its minimum of what it should be. we drove from the port to our hotel for the night, and then checked the coolant level after the car had cooled down a bit, and there was pretty much nothing left. And now the story behind that is that I had to change the water pump on the car because it has done over 200,000 kilometers at that point, and probably something wasn't quite right there. And that was quite of a shock because we traveled for 2 days and we're now pretty much, I don't know, over 1,000 kilometers from home. And we were not sure how long the car would last if we just refilled the tank for coolant. That paired with a bit of uncertainty about our eSIM that I had bought, and also a bit of seasickness on the ferry, really wasn't a great combination. And the first night in the UK was absolutely horrible. I couldn't probably sleep. I was feeling like I would get sick every few minutes. It really wasn't great, and I had to fear that the trip will already be over right at this moment. So yeah, I mean, I can say now that luckily everything worked out, but it really wasn't funny sleeping through the first night, not being sure how long the car would last. So yeah, I think you can probably imagine how I felt. Anyway, on the next day, we made our way to Shrewsbury, or let's say our target was the Heritage Railway, but we made a short stop in Shrewsbury to just look at the village a bit, and it was quite nice. And after we spent a bit of time in Shrewsbury, we made our way to the Heritage Railway. And the scenery we drove through on the way there was absolutely amazing. After 3 days on the road, we finally made it to Towin, and after a short stop at Towin Wharf, we managed to reach our Airbnb where we will stay for the next 3 days. Yeah, that was our journey to Towin. The next video will be about the other extravaganza, and then there's a lot more to come after that. So I hope you enjoyed this first episode of the series. If you did, please leave a like and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any further episodes. And yeah, have a nice day.